First YouTube video after starting my video business. So the point of this video pretty much is to explain how I got my start on my freelance photography and videography business, as well as the tips that I can give. The reason why I'm making this video is, one, I've had a few people, like 3 people, ask me what I did to start off, but also there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube explaining how to get started. And I mean, they have way more credibility than I do. They have like a legit business, so you should definitely watch those before you watch this. But the reason why I'm making this video is I was watching one of Alir Online. I don't know if I said that right, but I'll put his page up. He was talking about how if you're probably you're one of the best teachers if you're only a few steps ahead of your students, pretty much. So what that means is, I don't really have a crazy business. I mean, it's enough for me to make a stable income and be financially independent as a college student, but I don't have $20,000 months like some of these YouTubers with their freelance business. But sometimes watching those videos, it can be very daunting to get your own business started. You seeing how many clients they have, how much work they have, and how much money they make. It can almost seem a little unattainable. So the reason why I'm making this video, because at least that's how it was for me. And I haven't really seen a video of a person who kind of has a business that just kind of got started. So I'm going to explain my experience and the tips I would give, what I learned throughout that. So first things first, you should not pick up a camera to make money. Of course, in the long term, that can be your goal, but you should really start photography or videography as a hobby. This is important for 2 things. One, it's going to build your portfolio, so when you actually do start reaching out to clients, you will have something to show. But another thing is it will build your style. So there's a bunch of videographers and photographers out there and editors, but what's going to make you stick out is your editing style or your photography, videography style. So build your own style, build your own portfolio. You're going to do that by picking up a camera as a hobby, not as a job, not as a side hustle. The second thing is you can't make, I like to say, you can't make money without spending money. Obviously take that with a grain of salt, because of course you can still produce content and make money with whatever you have already. But if you buy assets that are gonna pay itself off, for example, the lens that I'm shooting on right now, it's a wide angle lens. It's a 10 to 18 millimeter Sony lens, and I wanted to get it for my just personal projects. But I was just thinking, how can I have this asset make me money? And I started getting into real estate photography, interior photography, and you need a wide angle lens for that. So I basically took a gear that I wanted, found a reason or a way that I can make money from it, and now it paid itself off in 2 gigs. It doesn't have to be camera or gear. When you're first starting off, if you're shooting for $500 to $1,000 a month, you can't really get that with iMovie. Of course, iMovie is great to learn how to edit on, but I mean, it's not really gonna get you $1,000 a month. So invest in that. That's an investment, and it's also gonna last you forever. You learn so much. It's a skill that you're basically paying to learn. And yeah, another thing is for example, in terms of when it comes to gear, when you do start to make money, you can start buying the nicer gear. I started with a Canon T6i. I mean, not a bad camera, but also not anything crazy. I started shooting college parties with it. I took some photos, videos here and there. I would edit and send it to them, $100 or something. But once I started to gather money, I bought myself a Sony A7 III. And after I bought that, my quality of work got better. I got more clients. So the people that say that you don't need the nicest gear to make good content, that is true to an extent. Obviously, these technology is getting better. These cameras are getting better. So once you do buy these nice gear, your work will get better too. But you can't just, without any photo experience, buy a new camera and expect your work to look good. That's just common knowledge. Actually getting clients, cold reaching, cold calling can be difficult at first. There's a millions of videos on these out on YouTube. I watch them. They're probably better than any advice I can give you on here. It's just talk to people, just network. Just don't be afraid to approach people. Right before filming this video, I went to talk to this guy on the beach. He was he's a fitness trainer. He was training somebody. Of course, I waited for the right time to approach, but I go and introduce myself. Hey, my name is Dawood. He talked about him. Obviously, I didn't pitch myself right away. I just talked to him about what he does, how long he's been doing it. And then I mentioned it. I was like, hey, I'm a freelance photographer, videographer. We can put together like a cinematic spec out of your work. If you're interested, I gave him my card. And I mean, 9 out of 10 times, people are genuinely interested. Even if they don't hit me up afterwards, they're still gonna like ask me about it. What did I do? How did I get started as well? Just talk to people pretty much. And if you want to shoot for like a coffee shop or like a clothing brand, like a pop clothing brand, if the manager's not there, go on their Instagram, go on their website, shoot them an email, text. And there's a bunch of templates on YouTube as well, but I just used ChatGPT. It worked pretty well for like it came out the way I intended to come out, and the tone and everything. So honestly, just type in ChatGPT who you're reaching out to, kind of like their industry, if it's clothing brand, coffee shop, and then give their name and stuff. And ChatGPT will do a great job of making a template. And once you do start landing those first few clients, those first few clients will be crucial, because that's how I actually got my start. How my business operates right now, kind of like going back to, I don't have I'm not a crazy big business. I'm kind of in the middle where I just kind of got started, consistent income. And where my business at right now, I don't have any website or marketing strategy. It's word of mouth. And the reason why I kept it that way is because my first few clients, the workflow went so well and so smoothly that I got a lot of referrals through them. And that's how I kind of grew my business. So the biggest tip I would say that I didn't see online is, with your first few customers, leave a great first impression. So that means obviously like high quality work, treat it like it's your own passion project rather than just some side gig. And then also delivery, fast delivery. They love that shit. Obviously don't reduce the quality of your work by trying to make it fast, but clients love fast delivery. So in the beginning, you see like these big businesses talking about, like 2 to 3 weeks. Like, you don't have that many projects to give them a 2 to 3 week timeline. Like, do it as fast as you can while keeping the quality the way you would want your project to do. And your clients will appreciate that. They will notice that. And then by leaving a good impression, you'll get referrals to other businesses through them. Okay, I just watched back what I have so far. I realized I talked really fast, so I'm sorry, but I'm not going to reshoot it. After you start kind of getting the feel of working for clients and building your work portfolio, you still want to keep it you want to keep the passion as like it's still your hobby. Because I remember like my second month of like actually working with like a real estate agent or like professional events, not just like college parties, I realized I hadn't like taken photos or videos for myself in a long time. I still wasn't burnt out, of course, because I was making money. Who doesn't fucking love money? But I realized that my work wasn't necessarily getting better, nor my editing. So make sure that in between these like projects, client work, you're still trickling in your own work and your own projects, because that's when you're actually going to improve your skills and your style. This next point, I think I'm still at this stage, is experiment with new fields. So when you're first getting started, what's nice about like videography, photography, and editing is you can really kind of take it on to whatever like field and industry, whether it's real estate, like sports photography, videography, product, headshots, portraits. So you can really experiment with all of that. It also just depends on what you're already used to in your own like style. But in the beginning, I was just try with everything. So I'm still kind of in the middle of trying everything. I work with a couple of real estate agents. I shoot a lot of events, like DJ events or just like social events, fitness trainers as well. So I'm still trying a little bit of everything. I think I want to reach out to some, sporting events and try sports videography as well. So I don't really have a finite like advice on, stick to one or try everything. I'm figuring that out myself right now. But I mean, I've just been having fun with it, to be honest. Like I said, going back to keep it as your own, like keep the same passion as a hobby, is I've just been having fun with it. I'm like, fuck bro, this event kind of looks cool. I think I can get there just with my camera. I can still make sick content, add something to my portfolio, make money from it. It's like a win-win. I've also heard a lot that like you don't want to take everything, like every project that comes your way. That is very true. Like you don't want to work with people that seem like they're a hassle to work with just for money. I know in the beginning, like you rarely take anything, and honestly, in the beginning, like low key do take anything just to get started. To be honest, I haven't ran into any project or any person that I don't want to work with. But I mean, I think that's just great advice. Like if you think some project is going to be a pain in the ass, or you can just immediately tell the vibe of the person's off and it's just going to be a problem. I know a couple $100 as like a college student sounds like a lot, and to me it still is. But for the pain and the hassle, like just, projects will come and go, money will come and go. make sure you're enjoying this hobby that you happen to make money from. I think that's the best advice I can give. Don't look at it as a side gig. Look at it as a hobby that you happen to make money from. And that's how you're going to make the most money. Bars. That's kind of it. All I have. I kind of threw this video together after seeing that advice from earlier. I hope I'm saying that right. Sometimes you can be a good teacher even if you're not the best, just a couple steps ahead. So I hope that was helpful to anyone starting their own new videography business. It's very fun. It's a blast, especially if you've just been doing it as a hobby and then you just find out oh shit, I can make money from this. And hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe I'll make some more money. Hopefully more money. But make some more videos depending how this does. I just thought I'd put this together. I had this idea for a while. But yeah, let me know if you guys have specific questions that you guys want to see videos on. Peace.